Hey, Elise.
Hey, SB.
It's time for a new thing. This is a new kind of thing.
I love new things.
And when I say a new kind of thing, what I mean is a very old kind of thing. Did you know that there were games before video games?
No.
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
People had to try to figure out a thing to do when they were bored, because life was boring.
Yeah.
Back then, in the past. And so they came up with these things that they call board games. Things to do while you're bored.
That's very smart.
Yeah. This is my favorite board game.
Mine too, actually.
Don't laugh. That was real, honest truth.
This is your favorite board game?
This is my favorite board game.
It is also my favorite.
I like this game a lot. This game is called Scythe. Oh, hey, there's a box over here. Let's check it. Oh, I broke the camera. What happened? We're playing Scythe.
Yep.
Here via Tabletop Simulator, which is a thing that I was surprised to find out I really like.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was kind of silly, like, as far as playing board games go, this seems like way too much solution, because it's a full 3D, physics-enabled thing.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And I just thought, boy, that seems like a lot of program to solve that problem.
Mm-hmm.
But having played with it for a few hours now, I actually think this might be the best possible solution to this problem. I really like it.
Yeah, one thing that I really like about it, other than throwing all the components around, which is fun,
yeah.
is that having played other board games that I was familiar with, playing a physical copy of, in other programs, you don't have to know all the rules. It kind of does stuff for you. But Tabletop Simulator doesn't really. You still have to know how to play.
Yeah.
There's not like shortcuts, like sometimes in other games it'll calculate things for you. So I actually like that this requires you to do all the calculating, everything yourself.
Yeah, I actually agree with you. I think that there's a level of strategic clarity that comes with a total understanding of the rules, and systems that allow you to systems that will sort of elide some of the unnecessary understanding can kind of lead to you not actually understanding what's going on, and then you play worse.
Yeah. And
also, you're dumb. Also, you're a big dummy. Look, let's talk about this game. Let's talk about Scythe. It's fantastic. If you've never played Scythe before, here's a quick overview of what we're going to be doing. We're going to play a whole game of Scythe in this video, because it's great. So, I am this blue player here, the Nordic something? What am I? The Nordic Kingdoms, led by Bjorn and Mox. I assume Bjorn is the man, and Mox is this water buffalo, but it could be the other way around. I don't know. This is what better way to celebrate the 4th of July than to play a game about alternate history Eastern Europe?
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, exactly.
So this is like an alternate history Eastern Europe where World War I was ended when somebody figured out how to build giant anime-style walking robots.
Mm-hmm.
So we have here my giant anime-style walking robots. Every faction has different ones. Mine are basically Viking longships, but with legs and cannons and stuff.
Mine's coming to visit.
Here comes a Polish one. So Elise is playing as Polania. What's the actual name of your faction?
The Republic of Polania.
The Republic of Polania, led by Anna and Wojtek? What do you think?
Wojtek?
You're mostly Polish.
Yeah, that doesn't mean I know how to speak it. I'm gonna say Wojtek.
Okay. And with your people,
He's a bear.
it's pretty obvious who's who, because Wojtek has a name tag.
Yep.
So I wish my guys had done that. It would be a lot clearer for me. So the way this game works is every turn, this is my player mat here. Every turn, I'm going to select 1/4 of this player mat. You can see it's divided into these vertical slices. And I'm going to do the action that's at the top, if I want, and then the action that's at the bottom, if I want. And Elise has a player mat as well, with the same 8 actions on it, but they're paired differently.
Yes.
So, like, for me, the move action is paired with enlist, while for you, what do you have move paired with?
It is paired with upgrade.
Well, I like your board better.
yeah.
Move upgrade's nice. So I'm not going to spend a lot of time explaining exactly what every action does at the beginning of the video. But basically, the basic idea here is move allows me to move my units around the board. Bolster lets me gain this power resource. And down here at the bottom of the board, you can see there's a power tracker. Power is used in combat. If Elise and I want to fight each other, we both have to spend power. And whoever has access to the most power is likely to win combat. There's a little bit of... it's a little more complicated than that. We'll get into it. Trade allows me to get a hold of some resources. I can just buy any resources that I want.
Mm-hmm.
And produce allows me to make resources out off of the map. Produce is worse than trade in that it's very limited which resources it can actually produce, and better than trade in that it can produce a much larger quantity of resources for a much smaller cost.
Yep.
So you can see over here on the board, each hex on the board has a resource type at the top. Some hexes, when you use the produce action, will produce food, some metal, oil, lumber, or additional people. You just go to villages and you pull them up out of the ground, I assume? That's how people are made, right?
I think so.
And then we have our bottom row actions, where we have to spend the resource that's in the red here: oil, metal, wood, and food. You can pay oil to upgrade, which makes one of your top row actions more effective and one of your bottom row actions cheaper, by taking one of these technology cubes and moving it from the top to the bottom, lowering the cost. And
Cheater.
yeah, I'm cheating. Openly cheating.
Don't do that.
Deploy lets you turn some metal into a sweet giant walking robot.
Yep.
Build lets you turn some wood into a building. There are buildings here that do various things. We'll talk about them. And enlist allows you to pay some food and get some immediate bonuses and some long-lasting bonuses for whenever anybody takes particular actions. This game is kind of complicated. What would you say on the complexity scale, at least, where 1 is Candyland,
Okay.
and 10 is that Candyland VHS game that they sold in the 80s?
I never had that.
It is the most complicated game in the universe. Imagine that.
7?
You think this is a 7? Okay. This is 70% of the way between the Candylands.
Yeah. Hey SB.
Yeah, what's up?
How do you win the game?
I don't usually, is how we do it.
Yes, you do.
It's a game that has victory points, at least. You win the game by being the person with the most victory points, if you can believe that.
Okay.
There are a bunch of achievements. This game is great. It speaks to the Steam library and all of us. There are achievements. You get the sweet Chivos, and that's how you win. There are various things. If you play all 6 of your upgrade actions, so all 6 of your little technology cubes move from the top to the bottom of your board, you get to place a star. Ooh, that shows you...
Cheater!
Get the Chivo. There's a whole bunch of different achievements. Play all your upgrades, build all your robots, make all your buildings, enlist all your recruits, hire all of your workers here by using the produce action on a village. Accomplish your secret objective.
Oh, I forgot to grab my secret objective.
Yeah, go do that. These 2 are for winning combat. Up to 2 times per game you can get a star for winning combat. And these 2 are for reaching the end of the various tracks. Because it's a board game, of course it has to have lots of tracks to advance on. When a player places their 6th star, the game ends immediately. So you don't have to do all this stuff, you just do some of it. And then when that happens, we'll total up our points, and the person with the most victory points wins. It's amazing, Elise. It's the best game ever.
I think it is, actually.
I've never done any board game stuff on the channel before. Mm-hmm. So there's a lot of people who have never played like a serious board game here, probably watching, and every one of them is saying, "Wow, this sounds like the most exciting thing I've ever seen."
Either that, or they're cowering.
They are on the edges of their seats,
under their beds, or something.
Right now, right this second.
It'll start to make more sense when we play. We'll explain as we go.
Yeah, I didn't want to do this as like a full. Let's do a 20-minute rules explanation at the beginning. I kind of want to just like we'll start going, and hopefully things will become clear. If you've never played a board game before, you should hopefully be able to follow it. If you've never played Scythe before, you should be able to follow it. And by the end, you will know how dope this is. And by the way, still seems stale for the next like 24 hours or so. And Tabletop Simulator plus the Scythe module is less than $15 human.
Yep. And this, if you were to get a physical copy of this game, it costs a whole lot more. It's still worth buying, but...
It sure did.
Yeah, but... You can buy this and you have everything you need. You got the rules book in here and everything.
Oh yeah, that's true. If you don't actually know how it works, the module actually does come with big rules books, and you can actually read them.
Yep.
Look at all this text. It's fascinating.
So you have everything you need to play this game.
Yeah, this is a good deal. It kind of sounds like at least you're doing a pitch right now. Is this a sponsored video?
No.
Did we get sponsored?
No.
Nobody told me?
I wish we did.
Hey Tabletop Simulator. Help.
Give us your money?
We're poor. Help. Yeah, let's go. Okay, so I'm going first because I have the lowest numbered player mat. At least your player mat's...
I have 5.
5, yes. I have 2. So I just pick a quarter of my board and do the thing. And I am going to pick this one. We're going to take the move action.
Okay.
So I take this move action. I think I hit one of my buildings with the camera. It's like wobbling. Okay. This means up to 2 of my dudes can move 1 space. So let's take my dudes here. So there's all these rivers and stuff. There's a lot of terrain difficulty in this game. And part of what the special Nordic ability is that my workers know how to swim. We can get across the river. Lisa's people are also on one of these little islands, but they are trapped.
They do not know how to swim.
So I'm going to move my Bjorn and Max figure to this hex, and I'm going to move... Geez, I don't even know what I want to do here. I'm going to move this guy to here. I'm going to move him across this river. I'm going to take this village over.
Okay.
Alright, and then I, of course, cannot perform my bottom row action because it would require me to pay resources, which I do not have. So, hey, Elise, now it's your turn.
I am also going to move.
What is it like to have no strategic thoughts of your own? And to have to always copy mine? Oh, that makes sense.
Okay, I am going to move this worker here to the village.
Okay.
And I'm going to move my bear and my lady over here. And that's my turn.
So you can see each turn in Scythe is generally pretty simple, but there's a lot of small, simple, but interlocking systems in this game. That's my favorite kind of game. So I think I'm going to do a produce. Yeah, I'm going to do a produce.
Okay.
So when I produce, I pick 2 hexes, and I produce resources on them. 1 resource for each worker that is on the hex. So my two hexes are this one and this one, where I have workers.
Mm-hmm.
So this hex produces a worker, and this hex produces what I do with my big box of stuff. Here we go. This hex produces 1 oil, and there are probably hotkeys and stuff for like spawning tokens and moving them around, but I'm doing things the old school way.
Yeah, we're pretty new
to the tabletop sim. Yeah. All right, and that's my turn. A fascinating turn.
All right, I'm gonna copy you. I'm not copying you. I'm just doing the same thing.
You're copying me, though.
I'm not. I'm gonna produce.
Okay.
So on my village, I produce one dude. And then on the forest, I produce 1 wood. Place like so.
Yep.
And then my turn is over.
Alright, so each one of these different resources is just used for fueling the bottom row actions. That's all they do.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna play a move again. Move Bjorn and Mox to this tile. What's special about this tile?
It has an encounter token on it.
It has an encounter token, so I take off the encounter token. This is mine now forever. And what do I do with the encounter cards are over here. Let's grab one. So here's the deal. We get this card. It has 3 options on it. I have apparently encountered a caravan of people and cows traveling to someplace.
Ooh.
I can share some good news from home with the travelers to gain 2 money and a popularity. I can trade for a cow and eat steak for dinner and pay 2 money to gain 4 food. Each one of these cows has 4 food in it, at least. That's incredible. Or I can convince the soldiers that the patterns on the cows contain coded maps from the enemy. Pay 2 popularity to gain 2 combat cards and 3 power.
That's fun.
So what popularity sort of represents how much the people who live in this place like your faction. Whether you are trusted by the common folk of the area. They don't like it when you take their cows.
No.
Well, food, huh? I actually really like that option. I think I'm going to pay 2 money for 4 food.
Okay.
Because I would like to be able to take this enlist action. Enlist is linked to move for me. Move is a thing I'm going to do a whole lot of times during this game. And so I'd like to get a hold of some food so that sometimes when I take the move action, I can do 2 actions in a single turn. Because action efficiency is a wonderful thing. So I'm going to pay 2 of my starting money. I didn't get my starting money. I should start with 5 money. I'm just going to take 3.
Okay.
So I have paid 2 money, and I'll get me some food. This might be a little bit loud. I'm trying not to keep the camera like too close to me picking stuff up, because I know that generates a lot of noise sometimes. And all the stuff you get from an encounter card goes on the space where the encounter was taken. And then, we don't have a discard pile. You know what I think about this card? I'm done with this. To the floor with it. And you can see that I've already done this with some of the other game setup elements. What's this for? Get out of here.
My bear is sweet.
Your bear is sweet. Yeah, the quality of the components in this module is incredible.
It really is.
Also, the quality of the components. These represent the actual components that are in the physical Scythe box. Mm-hmm. Scythe just has really, really nice pieces.
It does.
The robots are really great sculpts. And okay. Mm-hmm. So anyway, now, that was my move action. Taking the encounter as part of your move action. So now I may play my bottom row action if I wish, and I do wish. I will pay 3 grain back to the box with you. There we go. To do an enlist. So when I enlist, I take one of these guys. These are recruit tokens. Mm-hmm. Take one of these guys and take it off of the board. And in doing so, I reveal a little bonus that I will then get. From this point on, every time anyone takes that bottom row action, I get a bonus. So if I enlisted this guy, every time any player enlisted, I would get a card. It's actually, the way it works is, whenever you or a player who is sitting adjacent to you does it. But in a 2-player game, it's everybody.
Yep.
I can enlist this guy, and whenever somebody builds, I'll gain popularity. This one is, whenever somebody deploys, I get a coin. And this one is, whenever somebody upgrades, I get power. Popularity is a scoring mechanic. The value of the various things that you own, like your territory and your resources and stuff, at the end of the game is based on how high your popularity is. And money, in addition to being a thing you use to pay for stuff, is victory points. Every coin you have is worth a point at the end of the game. So I'm going to enlist... I'm planning to play the upgrade action quite a number of times. I'm going to go ahead and enlist this guy to make my upgrade action more effective. And then we take the recruit and we put him on our player mat on one of these circles and gain something right now.
And you can choose whichever one you want.
What's my power at? My power is 4 right now. That's okay. I'm going to choose to gain 2 popularity.
Okay.
So let's move me up the popularity tracker here. Why are you right in the middle of the thing?
I didn't expect you to join me.
So you can see here, this is the popularity track. Each thing, each star that you've placed, each territory you own, and every pair of resource tokens you own is worth a different amount of points at the end of the game based on where you are on this vertical popularity track. I'm trying not to introduce too many things all at once because there's like a lot of stuff in this game. I don't want anybody's eyes to glaze over. Oh, and when I play the enlist action, I get a coin. Bam, I'm killing it.
Is it my turn now?
I have 4 entire points. Yeah, it's your turn.
I want to take a turn.
You are definitely doomed, though. There's no way you can beat 4 points.
Okay, I'm going to move.
Okay.
So I'm going to move this guy here. And this, my hero, here. And I'm going to take this encounter token.
Okay, and the thing that's special about Polania's special ability, is when they get an encounter card, they get to take 2 of the options, which is, I think, very, very powerful. I think that might be...
yeah, it's very good.
That might be the best faction power in the game. Crimea's is very good as well.
Nope, it's upside down.
Okay.
Alright, so...
You've encountered some soldiers fishing.
Apparently I'm telling the bear to be quiet.
Yes, you're sneaking up on them.
I don't think I've ever seen this one. I don't recognize the art on this one. Let's see. So, I can go fishing with the soldiers by posing as, I guess, a local. Gain 2 food and gain 1 popularity.
No, you're saying I'm local and so is this bear.
Oh, yeah.
We are locals.
We are locals. I can bribe the soldiers for their mech, pay 4 money to deploy a mech. I can wait until dusk to invade the camp, pay 2 popularity to gain 2 food and 2 metal.
That's a pretty good card.
That is a pretty good card. Well, I know I'm going to pay 4 money to deploy a mech. The other thing I'd like to do is... I think I'm going to gain 2 food and 1 popularity.
Okay.
So 1 popularity brings me to 5. Said 2 food, right?
Yep, 2 food.
And then when you get something from an objective card, it has to go where your hero was, where they picked up the token. So on that turn. So my 2 food goes there.
Right. And then she gets to place one of her mechs. And we're about to see in a second when she picks one up. Each one of the mechs has a special power when you take the mech off the board, you reveal. So like this guy, now she can move her mechs and characters across rivers as long as she's moving to a village or a mountain tile. You can see the iconography on the thing here. It says, characters and mech gain this ability.
Yep, and so this is really good for me because I'm pretty much trapped here.
Yeah, most of the factions start trapped in a little area by a river.
So now I can river walk. I can get out of here.
Yep, to this tile right here is a mountain.
Yes, so...
And we didn't talk about these, the tunnel spaces. There's an underground tunnel network here. And so all of the spaces with this big red and black icon on them are considered to be adjacent to one another.
Yes. I think that's it.
It's a pretty good turn. It's a pretty good turn for someone who's, like, okay at the
All
game,
right.
I guess. Alright.
Calm down.
I'm going to take produce again. I love produce. At least I love farming.
I think I'm supposed to love farming. I have the agricultural math.
So I have this and this are my produce tiles. I'm going to get a worker for each worker on this tile. So let's just grab 2 guys and place them over here. And I'm going to get another oil on my tundra. That's amazing. Okay, and now you can see, by hiring a bunch of workers, I have revealed a cost. Now my produce action will cost 1 power every time I do it. And as we continue to make workers, it gets more and more expensive. It eventually costs popularity and even coins, which are, again, points. So that's a little, that's a harsh one. Alright, I'm good. That was my whole turn. I'm good.
Okay. What do I want to do?
I gotta figure out a way to get a mech. This thing where you're the only person who has giant gun robots is, that looks real bad for us.
It's pretty sweet, I have to say. Let's see.
I'm concerned that you're going to shoot us to death. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, don't worry. I probably won't do that.
Also, right now my hero is trapped. I can't actually... My workers can swim, but my hero cannot.
I'm gonna produce again.
Okay.
So I produce 1 human on the village.
Yep.
And then 2 wood on the forest. You like farming, I like lumberjacking. Okay, and that's all I'm doing for now.
I have no idea what a good turn looks like. Honestly, I just don't know. I don't even know what to do in this game sometimes.
I think I'm having a slow start, slower than I would like, but...
We're both having a slow start.
Yeah, that's what makes it okay for me, because if you're also having a slow start, then...
So, what I really want right now is some metal. I would love to build a mech. I really need to get access to my Riverwalk, or this mech here, who has the ability to lets my character and mechs move into the lake tiles. Because right now, my character is trapped, and I'd love to get out into the middle of the board and get some more of these encounter tokens, and there's so much free stuff out there waiting for me.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't... The move action is a little bit inefficient. I can only move 2 figures at a time, and only 1 space at a time, and I don't have any guys near any sources of metal, like...
But you can swim!
This is a rough situation.
Aren't you lucky?
I don't feel that lucky. Okay, I have a brilliant plan. I'm gonna trade. So, trade requires us to pay a coin. So, coin in the coin
More like
basket.
purchase?
It's I'm trading my coin for 2 metal.
That's what purchasing is. Wow, my whole right leg is asleep. I'd let you know in case I make a weird noise. Like this.
Let me just put these tokens somewhere where we have guys. Yeah, I'm going to trade for some metal in the hopes of being able to build a robot in the near future. Alright, go ahead.
My whole leg.
Well, would you fix it already?
I can't.
Just move your leg.
I'm trying. It hurts. Okay. I had a plan.
What is your brilliant plan?
I'm not telling you.
Would you tell the viewers?
Maybe.
Alright. I'm not listening, I swear.
Yeah, right. Okay. I am going to... I don't know. I am going to trade.
Okay.
So I'm going to pay 1 money. Wait, hold on. This is not my money.
You just have loose coins sitting everywhere?
Yep. So I'm paying 1
You
money.
are such a cheater.
I know. To get 1 food, 1 grain, and 1 wood.
Okay.
And then I can put them wherever I want, as long as there's a worker there.
Yeah, I believe that when you trade, you can place trade on a worker.
So
That's what this little meeple iconography here means.
So that's it.
Your turns are so boring.
I know. Yours take forever.
Alright, I'm gonna produce. So I gotta pay my power. I have more military power than you do. If I could get to you, you'd be in a lot of trouble. So I'm gonna pick the same 2 tiles that I picked before. Actually, hold on a second. Is this a dumb idea? Too late. I'm doing it. At least I might be in a dumb place. I might be the dumb guy. Alright, so we're going to make 2 more workers. We're going to make 1 more oil. Nope, I'm going to pick up the box of stuff that has the tokens in it. Listen, it's not an entirely perfect system. And then I'm going to play my bottom row action. I'm going to produce some oil. But no, I'm not going to produce some oil. I'm going to spend some oil. These 3 oils, they are spent to upgrade. There we go. Back in the oil can. Okay, so I'm going to take one of my technology cubes. I don't know, this one. And I'm going to move it down to here. So what I've done now is I've covered up one of the oils that upgrade used to cost. Now it only costs 2 oil. And I've added a 3rd man to my move action. You can't see it super clearly on my board because of the background art, but there's a little slash between the man icons and the coins that indicates that the move action is either move guys or get a little bit of money. You will almost never get a little bit of money. That's not a thing that comes up very often.
I may have to do it. I only have 1 money right now.
And then, when I upgrade, I also gain 2 money, because I'm killing it over here. At least I have 5 points. You are so screwed. And, because I, or a player adjacent to me, upgraded, I get a power back.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Did you get your power?
I did.
Okay.
I did. I am killing it over here. I don't know that anyone has ever played this game this well.
Okay, well, I am going to bolster.
Okay.
So I'm going to pay my 1 money.
The bolster action is what we haven't seen yet.
Yep.
So you can get 2 power or a combat card.
I'm getting 2 power.
Okay.
So now I go up to 4.
She's scared. She's scared of our raw...
You threatened me.
Our raw animal power.
And then I'm going to enlist.
Okay.
So my enlist cost is 3 grain. 2 food, 3 grain. So I'm gathering them up. Back.
Which one of your recruits are you going to enlist?
I think I'm going to enlist the enlist one.
Okay. So whenever either one of us enlists, you will get to draw a free combat card now.
And I'm getting 2 money because, well, I'm going to gain money from this action, but I need the money right now. So I gain 2 money from putting my enlist token here.
Taking this one-time bonus.
And then I also get 3 money from enlisting.
Yep. So the way combat cards work, the way combat works, I guess we're into the game enough now that we can talk about it, is when one of us moves one of our combat units, that is a mech or the character, onto one of the other player's combat units, we fight. We both have a hand of combat cards, so we'll take a combat card for each character, each unit that we have in the fight.
Mm-hmm.
We'll slide it into this box here. The see-through coloration is intended to signal that the other players cannot see what you have in this box. This is the box of secrecy. And then we will rotate this little power dial here to a number, and that is how much of our military power we are committing to spend on the battle. After we've both done that, we'll reveal our power dial plus our spent card, and whoever's spent power plus card value is the highest number wins the combat, and the loser gets teleported back to base, and the winner gets a star. So combat cards are important. They have a variety of values from 2 to 5.
Mm-hmm.
And then also we each have a 0 card that is used for bluffing. As you can see, my hand of combat cards, completely bananas. We will definitely obliterate Elise, should the time come. So it's my turn, right?
It is your turn.
Alright, I'm definitely going to trade again. So we pay a coin. I'm going to trade for 2 metal, but I'm not even going to...
Did you trade last turn?
I produced last turn.
Okay.
I'm going to trade for 2 metal. That's the purpose of this little action pawn guy, is to remind you which thing you did last turn, so you don't forget.
Yep.
I'm going to trade for 2 metal, which I'm not even going to take, because then I'm going to spend 4 metal, the 2 that I would be taking, plus these 2 on the board here. You know what? I'm the room host. I can just delete objects. I'm going to delete these. To deploy a mech, and we're going to make our seaworthy mech. Now the mech is built, again, it has that iconography deploy with worker. Mm-hmm. So the mech is built on a space that contains a worker, at least 1 worker. I'm going to have him built right here. But now that he exists, my mech and my character can move to or from lake tiles. So that opens us up for all kinds of exploration. I don't get any money when I build mechs. Can you believe it? It's ridiculous.
I think having the mech is enough.
Go ahead. You get money when you build mechs, right? No, you don't.
No.
All the boards have basically the same bonuses and stuff, but they're applied differently over each one. And I think it's really interesting. This is not a Nordic board. There's 7 player mats, and you get a random one. It's not linked to your faction in any way. So I've played Nordic, half a dozen times, and I think I've had a different player mat each time. And one of the things that's really cool about Scythe is the way that the different costs and different rewards for your actions interact with your starting terrain, which is always the same for each faction, and try to figure out, what's a good strategy this game? What could I pursue that will be better than what my opponents can do?
I'm gonna move.
Okay.
So I am moving my hero and my bear.
Yep.
And then my mech is going to pick up these 2 workers. Look, I actually got him to sit on top. And then he's also going over here. Since I have Riverwalk to, I guess this is a mine?
Yeah, a mountain.
Mountain. So I'm just going to say, to metal or to a village.
Yep.
So I'm able to cross here now.
Yep. So part of the value of the mechs is that they work as trucks. They can move any number of workers, can be driven around by a mech.
And resources.
And, any one of your characters, any one of your units can carry around any number of resource tokens.
And that's it. That's my boring turn.
So, Elise, why is the game called Scythe? Do you know this? There's a good reason.
I thought it had to do with, the hammer and the sickle.
No.
Of communism? Or...
Communism?
I don't know.
I don't think the game has a lot of communism in it, really.
Well...
The game is called Scythe because the scythe is sort of a weapon.
But also it's used to...
But it's more of a farming implement.
That makes a lot of sense.
Because we have these awesome giant robots with the legs and the guns and the sweet anime action we're all imagining in our heads right this second.
Mm-hmm.
But actually, combat in Scythe is relatively rare.
Yeah.
Right? There's often, in a 2-player game, we've played a lot of 2-player games in this, and it's often the case in a 2-player game, there's only 1 or 2 fights. Mostly, they're trucks. Yep. So a lot of Scythe is sort of about how the tools of war and the tools of economics are the same. So I'm going to take this sweet giant gun mech and use it as a truck, and we're going to ship 6 workers over here to this farm.
I thought that was going to be your speech for coming after me.
Nope. And Bjorn and Mox are going to move into this lake, and they're going to take the grain with them. Because the thing is, you only control a tile if you have a guy in the tile, right?
Yes.
A guy or a building. So if I left the grain there, the grain would be a little safer from you, in the sense that you wouldn't be able to jump me and steal it. But also, it wouldn't be my grain anymore, because I don't own that tile. Mm-hmm. It would be wild grain, feral grain.
Don't want that.
And that would mean I can't spend it. So we're gonna have to protect it by bringing it with us into the center of this madness. Also, it's your turn. I don't have any cool stuff to do.
Okay. I am going to produce.
Okay.
So I'm going to produce 2 metal and 2 wood.
You have an awful lot of wood over there.
I do. I have nefarious plans.
Does nefarious plans involve building stuff?
I'm going to make so many toothpicks.
Oh,
I'm going to poke you with them.
Because everybody knows that a soldier who has a toothpick to chew on is like 20% tougher than one who does not.
I forgot to pay a power. Can you explain that?
I am not policing you right now. If you cheat, I will not notice.
Okay.
So I appreciate the honesty.
I try to be honest. Yeah. So I paid the power. Did you explain the?
Yeah.
Okay. I probably zoned out.
We talked about that. My look at how many guys I have out. My produce is incredibly expensive.
Okay, I am now going to build.
Alright, do it.
My build action costs 4 wood. Oops.
So yeah, I'm going to come over here and look at your thing. So she has to pay 4 wood, and she gets to make a building on any tile where she has a worker. And she's going to get 2 money for building, and then each building has a benefit. There are 4 buildings you can see here: the mine, the armory, the mill, and the monument. And each building improves the action that it's on in some way. So what are you building?
I think I'm going to build my mill.
All right. So the mill, the tile that the mill is on always produces when you take the produce action. It doesn't. You don't have to select it as one of your hexes. It just makes stuff. So it's like adding a free tile. And even better, the mill produces a resource token as though it was a worker.
Yep. I took my 2 money for building, and then I am done.
Okay. And now, I guess we can introduce this. This might be the final thing in the game that we haven't talked about yet. Every game, there is a building objective. It's not always the same. There's a bunch of them. It's randomized. Today's building objective is you get extra money at the end of the game for the number of encounter tiles that you have buildings adjacent to. So she just built this mill right here. It's adjacent to 2 different encounter tiles. Mm-hmm. So that by itself was 4 points.
Yep.
That's a pretty good build. That's an okay build.
What?
It's fine.
Jeez.
I'm gonna produce. I wish I had more guys, or that my guys were distributed more intelligently. Whatever.
Whose fault is that?
I'm gonna produce. It's yours. You're very distracting. So at this point, unfortunately, I have to pay a popularity and a power for my produce. I'm not happy about it. But I do get to make 6 grain.
Wow.
Also an oil.
Share the wealth, dude.
No, you can come over here and take it from our cold, dead hands.
They will be cold and dead.
That's kind of loud. I'm going to move the camera away. All the sound
I
is
heard
positional.
that through your headphones.
Yeah, all the sound is positional, so when the camera's close to stuff, it's louder. You know, these are all in this. You know where they are. Okay, go ahead.
I trust you not to be a giant cheater.
I mean, if anything, I would be a normal-sized cheater.
Yeah. I am going to...
Well, maybe like 10% bigger than normal.
Are you still talking?
Yeah.
I am going to move again. Man, I feel like this game, I'm off to such a slow start. Slower than I'm used to, but... Moving here?
Oh, this is going to happen. All right, I see.
What?
I see. Moving your combat units right up on my farm.
I need oil. I haven't been able to do any upgrading. And then my mech is going to pick up my 2 workers.
Would you stop trying to stack the workers?
And come over here.
You can just box select stuff and move it. You don't have to physically carry
I like putting him on there. He's carrying them. Okay, and then I get the encounter token. And
you do get the encounter token,
card.
which I'm super bummed about. Letting Elise get too many encounters would be really bad for me strategically because they're so powerful for her. But I have made no moves to stop her, certainly.
Okay, looks like...
You've encountered a family being served draft documents.
Oh, that's sad.
Or actually, I think you are serving these conscription papers, in fact, it looks like.
Okay. Well, here's some things I could do in this situation. I can tamper with the draft documents to keep the family together, gain 2 money and 1 popularity.
Oh, you're just going to take a bribe?
Yeah.
Just like that?
Yep.
Alright.
I can deliver conscription papers and payments, so do my job, I guess. Pay 3 money to enlist 1 recruit. I can strong arm the family to take over their farm, which, is just adding insult to injury. This is rude. Pay 2 popularity to gain 1 worker and 3 food. So I get to select 2. Let's see here. How much money do I have? How much?
I have a lot of money.
I really want oil, but that's not... There's no oil here.
There's no oil on this card.
I know. I think I am going to pay 2 popularity to gain 1 worker and 3 food, and pay 3 money to enlist 1 recruit.
I mean, that's a lot of stuff. You're getting a lot of stuff for that.
3 money. Which recruit do I want?
I'll take the 2 popularity off you.
Thanks. Thanks, buddy.
You're welcome. Listen, anytime I can reduce your resource counters, you let me know.
Okay, I am taking the upgrade recruit.
Yep.
What's my power look like? I am going to
Gain 2 power?
gain 2 power. Could you do that for me?
I can. I don't like it as much, but I can do it. That's me. I didn't like it so much that I almost cheated instead of doing it. Just instinctively.
So you move the popularity, so I gain 1 worker and 3 food.
Okay, so I have a bit of a conundrum here. I love to fight, but because you have 2 combat units on this space, and I would only be able to bring 1 to the fight, if I did this, you would get to play more combat cards than I get.
Yep.
In addition, even if I won, I'd lose a bunch of popularity, because if you fight on a space and cause opposing workers to flee with your violence, you lose a popularity for each worker that you spooked. So that would murder my popularity, and also I probably wouldn't even win the fight. This is miserable. Elise, you've made me miserable.
Made my mech smaller to make more room.
Yeah, that's a cool thing you can do in Tabletop Simulator that is, first of all, much more difficult in physical Scythe, and secondly, has some long-lasting consequences. You can always just, carve a smaller piece out of your pieces.
Yeah.
It's very difficult to get them back to normal size, though. Alright, well, you've ruined everything. I had a brilliant plan, and now
That's what
you've
I'm here
ruined it.
for.
So I'm going to play Move, which is exactly what I was going to do before, but now I'm mad about it.
Oh.
I really wanted that oil.
I needed oil, I'm sorry.
How much food do I have? I have 6 food here. So I only, I can enlist up to 3 more times, usefully. So I only need 9 total food. So I'm thinking that even though I would like to finish getting all of my enlists so that I can get the star for it, I maybe don't need to have all my guys on the farm right now. There's certainly a concern. Maybe I ought to run away.
I think you should run away.
Because she could fight me. She has more power than I do. And she has more units, so she can play more cards. And listen, my hand of combat cards is stellar. There's no doubt about that. But I still might lose.
You'll probably lose.
Oh, I don't want to... Oh, I could move to the water, though. You can't get me in the water. Also, the water doesn't produce anything, so that's sad.
That's true.
Well, one thing I know for sure that I'm doing is I'm moving my character to this tile. We'll talk about that in a second. See, the thing is, I want metal. I need to build mechs to win the game. And I'd really love to get this metal. But maybe we do need to engage in a tactical... Let's call it a tactical disengagement. My mech is going to pick up all of my men, and we're just going to move everything over to here.
Not a retreat.
It's not a retreat, it's a disengagement.
Uh-huh.
Okay. And I'm allowed to move 3 units. So I could move this guy. I cannot actually move the workers off of the lake by themselves. The ability to move onto and off of lakes is granted by this thing, and it's only granted to characters and mechs. So the workers here can't move away by themselves. This guy could move, but I actually think I want him right there. I need oil as well. Alright, so I've moved my character to the middle of the board, the most important tile.
The factory.
The factory. Look at how nice this factory looks. It's a very fancy place.
Looks
The
like a
factory
palace.
is the weird sort of... Oh, there's even like a little hot air balloon.
Oh, I never saw that.
These are some high-res images. The factory is the sort of like the Willy Wonka of 1920s violence. That's where all of the giant robots were made, and it's very valuable. It's very important to hold it. When you move your character to the factory for the first time each game, you get to take this factory deck and look at all of the cards in it. Let's see here. And we get to pick one of these and add it to sort of just like slap it on the end of our player mat, and it's a 5th action type that we can take for the rest of the game. So there's some interesting options here. I'm not going to talk out loud about what the iconography on them all means, because I do not want Elise to know what they are. The 2 that I don't take are going back in the pile, and then she can come and get one of them as well. They're not awesome for me.
Are they awesome for me?
They're okay. Actually, I think they're better for me than they are for you, mostly.
Well, maybe I won't go to the factory then.
You definitely shouldn't ever go to the factory. The other important thing about the factory is that at the end of the game, we'll score points for each space on the board that we control. The factory counts as 3 spaces. That's what this little 3-hex iconography is representing. So, I don't know, man. I don't love any of these for me.
I'll take your card for you.
This one's not horrible. But I have to establish an income of this thing. That red box. I don't have a lot of those.
This is mysterious.
This isn't bad either. You know what? This is probably right. I'm gonna take this one. Yeah. So we just flip these back over. This zone of floating cards here is my hand zone. So at least can't see the stuff that's here, even when it's face up. That's why we can safely look at stuff there. So we just put back all the cards we didn't pick, and that is there for the other players. So this is pay 1 popularity, gain on a worker, either a mech or a building, and then you can move one of your units up to 2 spaces. The factory actions are powerful, but usually pretty narrow. Really powerful, though, sometimes. In the right situation. Because you know what? Actually, it is going to be kind of awkward for me to build mechs. And I also buildings, honestly. So this is probably going to work out pretty well. I'm just worried about my popularity. With produce costing popularity already, and me only having 3 to work with, we might have to figure some stuff out soon. And then I'm going to take my bottom row action. Yeah, that's right. Hey, listen, if you want a larger percentage of the game to be on your turn, have you considered playing better? Bam.
No.
So I'm going to spend 3 grain.
Are you enlisting?
I'm enlisting. It's happening.
I get a combat card.
Yeah. What resources do you have out right now? You have some food. This is your metal. Is this metal in the... It's like in this space?
Yeah.
I'm putting it on your guys. I will crush them.
That's rude.
Okay, and last turn you moved, so you don't have... We know she can't pick move again this turn, so she won't upgrade. I'm trying to predict what thing she's going to do and get the enlist for it. I think I'm going to take the... Deploy enlist? That might be right. And I'm going to gain 2 power. Bam. Okay, now you can go. Also, I get a coin.
Okay. I'm going to produce at least 1 power.
You know why my turns take so much longer?
Why?
It's because
you don't shut up.
I think so much harder.
What?
That's
what
why.
are you trying to say?
That's why.
Whatever. Okay.
So you're producing?
I'm producing, yes.
You are selecting this hex for production, and this one produces for free because it has a mill.
But I'm also selecting it for production.
At least...
I get to produce on 2 hexes.
Yeah, but I was trying to, listen. You don't have to be difficult.
I'm not.
We are enemies in the game, but we don't have to be enemies in the production of this video.
What did I do? Okay.
So she gets 3 wood here, 1 for each worker and 1 for the mill.
And 3 oil there.
And 3 oil here. I would love to take all this stuff.
You will not, though.
No, I agree. I don't think I really have a way of doing it, but I'd really like to.
Okay, so that was my produce action. And now, I think I would like to build, maybe? I don't have a good spot to build to get objective points.
Yeah.
But do I want to hold off taking build action anyway? I mean, it's valuable to take my actions.
I agree with you. It is good to do stuff.
Oh,
and
man.
not to not do stuff.
You can't have more than 1 building on a hex, right?
Correct.
Not that it matters, because I would still only be adjacent to the same 2.
Right.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's the number of different encounter tiles that your buildings are adjacent to, not the number of buildings adjacent to the tiles.
I think that I am going to build anyway.
Okay.
I'm going to build my armory.
Yeah,
here.
just getting stuff down on the table is good. Okay, so the armory makes it so that when you play your trade action, you gain a power.
Okay, 4 wood.
It's really hard for me to say play while looking at the word pay. That's like some basic higher order. You'd think a human brain would be capable of that.
Apparently not. Not yours. Okay, I'm
Yes.
done.
Okay. I might just take my factory action, obviously. Honestly, I think this is probably the right play. So I'm going to go pay a popularity. I'm going to gain a mech on a worker. I'm going to gain speed mech. I'm going to gain it right here. Elise.
Okay.
He's in this space, trust me.
I believe you.
And then what speed mech does is whenever one of your figures moves, it can move 1 extra space. So then I'm going to take this move action, that is move one of your guys 2 spaces, except it's actually up to 3 spaces now.
Ooh.
And I think my hero is going to go hunting. Hunting for free resources.
What?
Like, here maybe. Or over here. 1, 2,
those.
3. I want to get... There's 2 reasons, right? There's 2 things going on here. Number 1 is, encounters are free resources. And number 2 is, there are a lot more resources for her than they are for me. So let's try to deny her as many the encounter cards as possible. You know, I'm being silly. I don't need to go over here. I was on the factory. I'm just going to make 2 moves. I'm like, I can move 3 spaces, and so my brain is like, it's most efficient to use all 3 of your spaces.
I can see
That's
why
stupid.
you do that.
It's going to take you a long time to get over here. It's easier for you to get this one. This one's in more danger. Try to deny you things you can actually get.
I think that's a good plan.
Okay, we have come upon a town. In this card, I am represented by you, apparently. Also, does your bear change color with the seasons?
Yes.
That's pretty cool.
I've just decided.
Is that a real thing?
I don't think so.
No, white bears and brown bears are different bears, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't understand anything about this world. The narrative of this game is very confusing.
They've also developed bear color changing technology.
Yeah, I guess the bear thing's not weirder than the robots. I can create an alliance with the town mayor to gain 2 money and a popularity. I can stock up on ammo and maps, pay the townspeople 2 money to gain 2 power and 2 combat cards. Or I can infiltrate the town and steal its industrial secrets. Pay 2 popularity to gain an upgrade and any 2 resources. Now it's worth noting, I've struck out pretty far from the rest of my units. And anything I gain from the combat card or from the encounter card goes on the encounter space where I got it.
Mm-hmm.
So if I pick up resources, they're over here with Bjorn and Mox, pretty far away from safety. However, Elise does not have her speed mech.
Do not.
She has no way of actually attacking me on her next turn. So if I take resources, it's not a big deal as long as I find a way to spend them quickly. That said, everything I like doing costs popularity. And honestly, I think, I'm concerned about my military position. I think I'm just going to pay the 2 money to get 2 power and 2 combat cards.
Okay.
I'm also done with this encounter card. Get out of here. Look at it go. Oh, it teleported back onto the table for some reason. Get out of here.
You're not done with me.
There. That'll show it. Alright, so I pay 2 more money. I can't. There we go. I get 2 power. I'm starting to feel a lot more confident. Elise, you're due.
At least one of us is.
Yes, well, at most one of us should be. If we're both feeling confident, that means one of us is wrong. Okay. Amazing. An amazing hand of combat cards.
Wake me up when you're done.
You are 100% doomed. I am done. Go ahead.
Oh.
Hey,
Okay.
Elise.
Yeah.
One of us is playing a board game, and the other one is playing a board game while making a top-tier entertainment product for the internet. You may want to, join me here?
I don't know. Let's see. What am I going to do?
Hold on a second. Were you complaining about my turn being super long, but also not thinking about your turn?
I was thinking about my turn, sort of.
Alright, so what are you going to do? What do you got? Let's zoom in and have a look at the quality of these pieces. Look at how good this looks.
That's pretty good. I am going to trade.
Okay.
I will pay 1 money. And only 1 money.
Sure.
And I gain a power, which I will take care of here. And I am going to get 2 metal. I'm not going to grab them because I am about to spend them in order to deploy.
Okay.
So the 2 invisible metal plus these 2 metal equals mech.
Sure.
And I am going to get my speed mech.
It's a reasonable choice. You can put a third mech in that space?
I was thinking about it. I am.
You are?
Yep.
Really?
I'm scared.
Okay. You should be, I mean.
It doesn't really fit, but you know where he is. Okay.
Yeah. I've always known. Deep in my heart.
Yes. It's your turn.
Yeah, so I think I'm going to take my move action, because a lot of my dudes are in a lake, and it turns out to be difficult to farm in a lake. So, like, let's have... I'm going to move everything over to this tile here. But I actually... this mech is carrying all these dudes over. Let me think here for a second. I think, now that I have 1 million workers on this... on this tundra, maybe it's not important for me to have this worker on this other tundra. So what's another resource that would be cool? You know what's neat is robots.
Yeah.
So we can move him to a mountain. But I also have a cheap way of getting robots. It's just I don't want to play this action too many times over the course of the game. It would be really neat if I could end the game with popularity, like, high enough to not score the lowest value on everything. And I'm definitely putting that in grave jeopardy with how much I'm spending.
You are.
I think it's honestly, it's probably impossible for me to end the game with enough popularity to score up in this tier. I'm probably not going to generate enough. I guess let's move him over to this village. At this point, I'm paying a power and a popularity already for every produce, and I don't think the coin is actually a worse cost than the popularity is. You know?
Yeah, I don't think it is.
Putting this last dude down will make this cost power pop coin, but I don't think that's so bad. The other thing I could do is move him onto a farm, and he can produce a little bit of extra food, because we don't actually have enough grain to do all of our enlists.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you know what? Let's do that. He's going to swim across the river here instead.
Look at him go.
And I'm going to move my hero.
Can you just move in oil?
Yeah.
Your workers can move oil?
Yeah.
Huh.
All of your figures can carry resources. You know that.
No.
We've played like 40 games of Hex.
I thought it was... Of Hex.
Of this Hex-based game, Scythe.
I didn't know that, actually.
You have done it. I know you've done it.
No, I thought it was only the mechs.
And I'm going to have Bjorn and Mox here move
heroes.
1, 2. We get some more encounter token. Get out of the way. I can't move the token. Okay. What does this one say? Hey, a defunct mine. I can offer some advice to fix their broken pulley to gain 2 money and some popularity. I can haggle for cheap ore to gain 2 money and 4 metal.
Mm-hmm.
Or I can cut the pulley loose without hesitation. Pay 2 popularity to build a structure.
Goodness.
If I build a structure, it will build in the space where I got the encounter card, and I don't love that. I mean, it is a space that's out of the way. It's unlikely that you will challenge me for dominance on this space, and if there are no units on a hex, then a building there does grant control of it for endgame scoring. So this would be like basically gaining a hex. But it is not, I mean... For scoring purposes, I don't think it counts encounter tiles that it's vertically adjacent to, right?
No, I
don't think it scores this one. It would only score that one. But even so, it might be worth it. Oh no, it costs 2 popularity. I'm not paying 2 popularity for anything. I might gain 2 money and 1 popularity, actually. 4 metal is a mech, though. My mechs are so expensive. At least everything is so expensive.
I know.
I'm gonna do the 2 money for 4 metal, I think.
Okay.
Wow, I'm actually really short on cash.
You are. I also want to say I love the art for these cards.
Yeah, I hear you.
I really liked that one. That one was neat. It gives me such like a dystopian, desolate, things suck kind of feeling, but in a good way.
Yeah, there's definitely a sort of peaceful desolation in this guy's art style.
Yeah.
The artist's name is on the box. It's something like Jakub Rozalski.
I'll look it up.
Yeah, go look.
You finish your turn.
Yeah, I'm going to finish my turn. I'm going to take a bottom row action. I'm going to pay 3 of my delicious foods. You. For another enlist. I think it is desperately needed. At this point in the game, a lot of the enlists have been played already. So enlisting this guy has less value than it would have earlier. But in addition, I don't think that this, the building enlist, which gives me a popularity when people take the build action, is going to be particularly valuable. Again, you're going to build some in the near future, but you're not like in a big hurry.
Don't tell me what I am and am not.
And I won't benefit from it when I make buildings this way, because it's not placing a building that triggers the bonus. It's taking the bottom row action to build. So I think I'm gonna enlist this guy. I'm gonna use him I put him on 2 combat cards, but maybe I want 2 coins so that I can pay for. Nah, I'm good. I'm gonna take 2 combat cards. Now I have a fearsome grip, Elise.
So the artist and world builder is named Jakub Rozalski.
I was close. And I get a coin for enlisting. Alright, it's your turn. Yeah, this whole setting, apparently, I guess, is something that he had dreamed up considerably before the board game. And then...
It's pretty good.
I like it. I like his art a lot. I like the style.
I'm moving.
Yeah.
1, 2.
You are a fool. I mean, you're fine. Definitely do that. It's okay.
Maybe I am a fool,
No
but
worries.
I don't care.
No worries. Everything's great.
What else? I'm falling over.
I need to figure out what is the... Man. Everything I do is so inefficient. I am not playing this right.
I don't think I am either. I think this is probably not one of my best games.
Every game you have a new puzzle to solve, right? How do I combine the hexes I have access to with the particular arrangement of actions to produce the most efficient game? And listen, we've played a lot of Scythe, but I don't know for sure that we're particularly good at it. We've played mostly with the same group of people, so we know the strategies that work on our table with our particular group of minds.
I'm going to upgrade.
Okay. I also need power for that, due to this wonderful enlist bonus.
I'm trying to take my turn somewhat quickly because otherwise this video will be 3 hours long.
Well, I was going to say because you think it will protect you from my mockery, but the fact is, my mockery is not fact-based.
Okay, what am I going to do? I am going to take the move one. Bring it down here.
I'm definitely having some regret.
It's your turn.
About some of my choices. I'm feeling like, oh man, I made some...
You gotta move forward, though.
Maybe made some bad plays.
Move forward.
Yeah, sure. So, I'm gonna trade. Am I gonna trade? I'm gonna produce? What am I gonna do?
Wait, stop.
Oh, wait, what?
I didn't actually get my objective card, or my encounter card.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Goodness, totally forgot. Okay.
Speaking of objective cards, I don't think I've actually zoomed in on mine. Look at this, So I can score 1 of these during the game. Just 1.
You said look at this, so I started looking
Don't
over.
don't you look at this.
I didn't actually see what they were.
That was look at this aimed at everyone who's not you.
Okay.
As always.
Let's see. I got, Little Red Riding Hood and some really big bad wolves.
Oh yeah, I should probably look at this.
So I can humbly take orders from my superior officer, gain 1 combat card and 1 popularity. I can give the villager a ride home on my horse, pay 2 money to gain 4 wood. I can threaten to create an avalanche with my bazooka, pay 2 popularity to enlist 1 recruit.
Well, check it out. Those are Polanian horsemen.
Yeah, look at our sweet wings.
They got that winged hussar thing going.
Yeah. I think that I am going to... Oh, where'd the card go? I'm going to pay 2 money for 4 wood, and 2 pop for 1 recruit.
Okay.
So 2 money.
I am going to throw more stuff on the floor. Get out of here. I'm getting all confused looking at cards that aren't relevant anymore.
4 wood. then I am putting my two popularity. Nope, that's you. 2 popularity for 1 recruit. I am going to get the. Well, I only have 2 mechs and 2 buildings left to build. So, what about you?
I have a lot of stuff left to build, but I have a card. I have a factory action that builds them without triggering the enlist bonuses.
I think I'll take the mech one.
And similar to that, she's not going to get a combat card for this enlist because she's not actually taking the enlist action.
Yep. So, yep, I took the popularity and... Yeah.
Move. All right. I'm a little, I don't know. Okay, so now it's actually my turn. I'm torn. I'm pretty torn. I'll tell you what. I kind of wish I had my move action available. So, sometimes I get into a position where it's just like, I want to take one action 6 times in a row.
Yeah. And that's what Rusviet can do, right?
Yeah, that's the special power of the Rusviet Union, is that they can choose the same power over and over. Yeah. It's fine. I think when you first play, it seems really powerful. And then eventually you realize that, like, if I need to move 4 times and bolster 4 times, it's not really that much better to do them in a particular order than to just interweave them.
Yeah.
Like, it ends up, once you're good enough at the game to be able to look ahead a few turns, it ends up not really being a problem mostly.
Yeah, I think it's good for beginners. Maybe, but...
Sick burns, at least. Just like...
What?
I think it's good for people who are, like, dumb and garbage.
No, beginners! That's not what that means.
Hey, Elise.
What?
Factory action.
Okay.
Pay a popularity. Wait, maybe I'm dumb. Hold up. Hold on.
Maybe you are.
I'm not smart. Let's not do that. I was thinking about... Well, never you mind what I was thinking about. The important thing is, I actually don't think that's a great idea. I was going to attack you. Let's be honest.
That's rude.
I was going to attack you because I was thinking, oh man, I got 2 guys adjacent to... I'll just move in on Anna and Watch Tech and, we'll play 2 cards so we don't have to spend too much power and it'll be great. But that's not how the factory action works. You only get to move 1 guy. You just get to move him a lot. So that being the case, I don't have access to that. Maybe what I want to do instead is produce. The thing is, I can get a bottom row deploy or upgrade this turn, and either one of them would be pretty good. If I produce, then next turn I could do a move and be able to actually play my 4th enlist, right? Because produce makes enough oil for me to play upgrade. I use the upgrade to lower the cost of enlist, and I also make 1 food, which combines with the 1 food I already have to pay the lowered cost next turn. That might be the play. In fact, that's probably the play. Let's just do that. I was kind of thinking like maybe we should do trade because I have that 4 metal on my hero right now, but he's pretty safe. You're not going to go get his 4 metal. So let's go ahead and pay a popularity and a power for a nice fat produce. It's going to be a grain over here, and then 6 oil, of which I will take 4. I'm going to spend the other 2 right away. So that's so much louder than just picking up a piece.
Yeah, I heard that through your headphones again.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm netting 4 oil. Spending 2 oil to play upgrade. I'm going to upgrade my... I know I want to lower the cost of enlist, but I'm actually not sure which action I want to improve here. So improving produce allows you to select another tile for production. That's not really that relevant to me. I have a lot of guys, but they're all grouped up pretty tightly. You can improve either half of bolster, let it draw an extra card, or give you an extra popularity. You can also, when you trade, you can trade for... extra power. When you trade, you can trade for popularity instead of goods, and you can upgrade that. That actually might be worth doing too, because as inefficient as that is, boy oh boy do I need some popularity. Now, I'm going to upgrade bolster and lower the cost of enlist. And I'm going to get 2 money for that, and due to enlist bonuses, we're both going to gain a power.
Alright.
So you go to 8 and you go to 7. The reason 7 is circled here is because 7 is the highest number on the dial. 7 is the most power you can devote to a single combat. Elise, do you think I'm winning?
Yes.
Oh, I was about to say, yeah, me neither. Alright, go ahead.
Throwing you off. I don't feel like I'm doing very well.
I'm at 1 popularity, and I have a lot of powerful actions that unfortunately cost popularity to use.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna bolster.
Okay.
So I'm paying 1 money. Gain 2 power. Go to 9.
Alright.
And then I am going to enlist.
Okay.
So I'm spending this 3 green.
I get a combat card. Take that, you.
I also get 1.
Yours won't be as exciting as mine was.
Fair enough.
You have this card.
Thank you.
So you can see it disappear briefly as it moved through the exclusion area.
The only enlist that I have left is this one.
Yep.
And I get 2 more combat cards. I can get them myself. 1,
Okay.
2.
Well, I'll take your star. So Elise has achieved the first star of the game. She has enlisted all 4 of her recruits. I bet you don't even have any good cards over there.
They're all the best cards.
Really?
Yep. And then I also get 3 money.
Well, that's not great. I'm concerned about that.
And then it is your turn.
Okay, I have a series of incredible moves coming up, right?
Alright, I'm ready.
I'm going to take a move action.
Yeah?
Sorry. I'm looking at the board here and thinking, hold on, am I wrong? Am I doing a bad?
If you want to attack me, you are doing it bad. Don't do it.
Here's the thing. So right now, I should mention, attackers win ties. So right now, I could attack Elise. I could guarantee I'll play a 5. You know I got 5s. It's all 5s, Elise.
It's all 5.
I could play a 5, put in 7 power, and be guaranteed a victory. You actually can't lose combat that way. So I can just go bam. But if I do that, I will have 1 power left while she has 9, and she will be able to win probably 2 combat victories over me in short order afterward, because
Heck yeah.
the most I'll be able to contribute to one of those is 6, right? 1 power and another 5.
Yep.
And then after that, I'll be at 0 power, and the most I'll be able to contribute is 5.
You better believe I'm
So,
going to kick your butt.
While my combat victory against her would cost me 7 power, the 2 victories she follows up with would be relatively cheap, assuming she has some reasonably high cards to play. Because, of course, she would spend no power on my attack, knowing that she can't possibly win. So it's really dangerous to go to low power. I could play the normal move action and move both of these mechs onto your hero, play 2 cards, and thus not need to devote as much power. That might be a thing that's worth doing.
No.
No, it's not.
Nah.
Because if I put two people into the combat, the maximum amount of power you can generate is 12, right? Because you have 1 card and up to 7 power. I could generate 12 power without spending nearly as much.
Yeah, but I'm not going to fight back this time.
Well, if you tell me that, then I don't have to spend any power at all.
Or am I?
Aha! Right, so it looks
if you
like
attack me,
it looks
I'm
like
going
it's
to make
right.
your life miserable.
Yeah, it looks like it's right for me to go for this and you to spend nothing. But then if I think, oh, well, she's going to spend nothing, then it's right for me to also spend nothing and just put in a couple cards. And then if you spend a small amount, then you'll actually win.
Yep.
In which case, it's right for me to spend more. And so there's part of what I like a lot about the combat in this game is that there's a strong bluffing aspect. I really like bluffing games a lot. Why is this here? Get off of my table.
I threw it on the ground. I don't know why it keeps coming back.
There are spots on the ground that cause things to teleport back up to the table. It's happened a couple of times just this video. I'm gonna fight you so bad. Look at all this free lumber. I'm doing it. I don't care. Let's rumble. I'm taking the move action. Going 1. Wait, I don't have Riverwalk. Oh, it doesn't matter. Move off of the lake, and then this guy goes onto the lake and then off of the lake.
Okay.
And falls over, which is part of his brilliant combat strategy, of course. And then with my third action, or my third move, it'd probably move the hero, right? He'll carry his 4 tokens over to here and position for our next encounter. I'm gonna get paid. Actually, is that right? Because it's not actually easy for him to get off of this tile once he's there. It might be better for me to move like back into the mainland and prepare to go like this way. Because I don't have my Riverwalk mech. I could get him, and he would give me the ability to Riverwalk out to Forest. Yeah, actually, that's fine. That'll be the plan. I mean, you don't know what the plan is. That could be it.
It could be.
Okay, so that's my move. Let's fight. So I'm devoting 2 units to the combat. You have 1, so I get to play 2 cards. You get to play 1. We're going to play these cards. We'll turn them over before we move them out of the hand zone. And then once they're over here, we can turn them back over. But she can see them while they're in transit.
Yep.
These have to not be blocking this stuff. So I think our play is this, maybe? I don't know how much power she's going to spend.
1 million.
Okay, well that's not great for me. But yeah, I'm going to do this. So tell me when you're good.
I will let you know. Just don't look at my screen.
I am only a little bit looking. Listen, I can look at your screen all I want. I've already committed. I'm ready.
Alright. I'm ready.
At least my resolve is steel. Let's do
revealing.
it. Reveal. So you played a 3 and 0 power. Okay. Yeah, that's a pretty good play. So I committed 4 power. I paid my 4. I dropped my cards. And then the loser of the battle gets a combat card as long as they spent any power or committed any cards. So she gets to replace her 3 with something that's potentially better. And I and Watchtech get to get a free trip home. Look at that.
Yay.
And all this wood stays right where it is, because that's how wood works. And you are not the only player with a star. Take that, at least. And then I'm going to take my bottom row action. Pay this green and this green. And enlist. So we both get a combat card, right?
Yep.
And from the enlist bonus. And also I get a coin from playing the enlist action. And also I covered up this 2 coins one-time bonus, so I get an additional 2 coins. And also that was my 4th enlist, so here's a star. Okay, go ahead, Elise. How does it feel? How does it feel to get utterly obliterated? In front of millions of people?
I don't think that's what happened.
I mean, we all saw it.
But now I need to figure out what my plan is, because that kind of changes.
Right here, there's some robots, and over there's some losers.
You stop!
We all saw it.
Just shut up. Just shut up. Jeez. I can't even think. You just keep making noise.
I'm not playing this up for the video. This is a real-world strategy. Listen, if you're playing against somebody and you're concerned that they might be smarter than you, employ the wall of noise.
Oh, you think I might be smarter than you?
I think there's a good chance, yeah.
Aw, that's nice. For me.
Okay, well, I mean, like, I didn't say it for it to be a compliment, but okay, I'm glad you're complimented.
What am I gonna do? Let's see.
So you just baffle. The word baffle means to impede. I think it means to impede sound. But you use it as impede with sound.
It does.
Just to baffle them with constant, non-stop yammering. It doesn't have to mean anything. You don't have to be saying anything.
Oh my goodness!
But it prevents all thought.
It really is preventing a lot of thought, at least.
What are you gonna do? What do you got?
I don't even know right now. I thought I could count, and now I can't.
Nope. There's no way to count.
Ugh.
There's literally nothing.
Would you? Goodness gracious. Okay. I am going to make a decision in a moment.
Okay. That sounds like a good time to do it.
Seriously, your talking a lot is really distracting.
I know, it's a good strat.
I can't think at all. I don't know. Okay. I'm just gonna make a decision, even if it's not the best one. I'm just gonna do it. I don't have a lot of resources now. For some reason, I thought I had a medal, but I don't see a medal. Do you see a medal anywhere?
I do not. I mean, I see a lot of. I have metal.
Okay. That's not helpful. Thank you, though.
You have workers on a mountain.
I know. I didn't ask that.
Okay. Fair enough.
All my moves suck. I think I'm losing this game pretty hard right now. And I'm not too happy about that.
Sure.
And I'm not sure what to do next.
Concede.
Probably...
Just admit.
Nah.
There's no way you can survive.
I am going to produce.
Okay.
I guess. This is the plan. So I get 2 metal, 3 oil. What if you come after me again?
Well, I don't have my move action available next turn, right?
That's true.
I have my factory action, so I could move 1 unit, but you have a lot more power than I do.
I'm gonna do it for now.
An even fight favors you significantly, so I don't think
3 oil, 2 metal.
Okay.
I have to pay a power. Could you reduce me 1 power?
Yes.
3 oil. Ooh. 2 metal. And 1 wood. For my mill.
Yep, mill producing for free, because mill's a great building. Maybe I should make some buildings.
Yeah. You got lots of wood now. Big cheaty face. And that is my turn.
At least the wood wanted to be with me.
Did it?
Yes.
Did you even ask?
Nope. That's not really how I do things.
Alright, it's your turn.
Yeah. So I made a tactical error last turn, and you didn't notice, and I'm gonna fix it now.
I was probably sleeping.
I should I should probably have taken all the oil with the mechs.
Oh. Yeah.
Like, I don't mind leaving all these workers here, but I really should have moved all the oil. I guess there's some security in the fact that there's 6 workers on that tile. If you came over here to take the oil, you'd lose 6 popularity. But you might not care about that, because you might not be planning to finish in a high popularity tier anyway. I don't know.
Maybe.
I don't know if you have a plan.
You have no idea what I'm doing.
So it might be a good idea for me to take a factory action, so that I can move some defense back into that area. At least make it expensive for you to do that. The other thing I could do is play produce and spend some oil, although I guess it doesn't really make a huge amount of sense for me to play produce without making more oil in that space.
Yeah. It's not great.
The other thing I could do is play trade and just build a mech there. Or even factory action and build a mech there. Actually... The other thing I want to do is play Bolster, so that I can get back up to 7 power, so that I'm defended. And also, Bolster will allow me to spend some of this wood. Because my Bolster is on build for me.
What are you going to do?
I'm going to take my factory action.
Okay.
So I'm going to pay a popularity. I'm going to not move onto that space. Right, but instead move my hero to here to get resources. So I'll take this encounter. Oh, actually, that's Scythe. I should do these things in the correct order. The move is second on the factory action. So the first thing I'm going to do is build a mech. I'm going to make my Riverwalk mech, and I'm going to make him here. Okay. So that's the top part of the action. And then I'm going to move my guy here. You can come after me, you probably win, but there will be costs. Serious costs.
Could be worth it.
Could be worth it. Alright, so I've encountered some patrolling troops in a forest. I can conceive a plan with them to gain a combat card and a popularity. I very well might do that. I can relieve them of some dead weight, pay 2 money to gain 3 resources, or I can deceive them and steal their mech, pay 3 popularity to deploy a mech.
How do you even steal a mech?
I cannot, you trick them, you say like, you go into the forest and be like, oh no, it's Bigfoot, help, come running. And then they do. The guy gets out of the mech, because you can't move a mech around in a forest that dense. He gets out of the mech, he comes running, and then when he goes over there to find Bigfoot, you jump in his mech and take off GTA style. I'm gonna gain a combat card and a popularity, maybe? Like, I can pay 2 money to gain any 3 resources, but the resources I really need... I kind of already have. I just need to actually spend the actions to make them. Or to build them. And I do need popularity pretty badly. It's not like the most efficient use of a card ever. I'm kind of regretting my action. You know, I took my action in the hopes that the encounter card would be better. These things happen.
It happens. There's no way to know.
So it's a popularity in the combat card. Okay, it's not too bad. Alright, go ahead.
Okay, I am going to...
It was a pretty great combat card. You're definitely not able to fight me.
move.
Do it. Come and get it.
So I'm going to... My mech is going to grab all this stuff.
Okay.
Go through the tunnel. 1,
Okay.
2.
Sure.
Okay. And then... my worker, or my hero is going to go here. Oop. There we go.
You can just move the wood.
Pick up the wood.
Okay.
So that's 1, and then river walk for 2.
Okay.
And... let's see. This worker is going to go 1, 2.
Okay.
Yeah. I like that.
That's real suspicious.
I know. Okay. And then I am going to upgrade. Yep. So I gain a power. Do you also gain a power?
Yeah, we both gain a power from the upgrade.
Okay.
Technically, this happens after you do the thing. But...
yeah. Sorry. So then I'm going to...
it is possible for that to matter because if the placing of the upgrade cube awards the 6th star and ends the game, the enlist bonuses don't fire.
So I also get a money. Why am I throwing the money back? I get a money.
No idea. You know that you're going to lose, and your body just wants to...
And so at the end of my turn, I'm going to reveal this card.
Oh, snap.
I have a woodland advantage.
Ah, you control 1, 2, 3 forests. Fair point.
Yep.
Get your objective card. I can't words. I can't words today
Star.
or ever. Yes,
Said card.
star. All right, so
Really can't words.
we're both at 2 stars.
So that's the end of my turn.
Yep.
What?
I'm not sure what I want to do.
Do something that makes it easier for me to win.
Okay. That makes sense. That makes sense. I'm down. Let's do it.
Yeah.
I kind of want to...
I didn't pay for my upgrade. Cheating. There we go.
I sort of want to produce, but I don't want to make that tile any more valuable for you to steal than it already is. The thing is, I have this 4 wood that I found. I have this 4 wood that I earned.
Yeah, okay.
And I don't... I want to get 2 buildings out of it, basically. Like, if I play produce now, I can do an upgrade, lower the cost of build, and then play, like, bolster something bolster. Probably, like, bolster, move, bolster.
Mm-hmm.
And get 2 buildings out of that wood. But I'm also concerned about my power situation. I mean, I guess you can't attack me on this next turn anyway, because you just played move.
Or can I?
No. I know the rules of the game. That's not going to work on me.
Worth a shot? I don't know.
I have a popularity right now. I can use it. I'm, like, eager to. The thing is, I just don't need this much oil. Yeah, let's do it. Let's go, okay. So I pay a popularity and a power. And I make a food I don't need because I've already done all my enlists. And 6 more oil.
Oh.
Sorry everybody, headphone users.
Goodness gracious. I can hear it again. So he has his headphones plugged in, and I can't hear anything because every once in a while, it's really loud clicking, rattling sort of sound.
And then I didn't actually need to pull all that oil. Let's spend 2 of that oil to improve. I think there's a significant chance I'm going to actually need to use this trade action, and we'll lower the cost of that. And then because I upgraded, we both gain a power.
Okay.
And I get 2 money. I'm going to take a 3 and put back a 1.
Good for you.
Okay, go ahead. Hey, Elise.
Yeah.
I'm losing, maybe? What do you think? Who's winning right now?
I don't know. Do not know. Okay,
So what do you got? You got some wood, you got a little bit of metal, a little bit of oil.
I am going to produce.
Okay.
So I
like that.
lose 1 power.
I like that. I'm going to need some of your resources, so...
What?
I'm going to need some of your resources. I'm not producing resources anymore. I've completely stopped farming. The only thing we have is oil.
Don't threaten me.
So I need you to make other stuff so that I can get it.
So I'm going to produce on... Well, here and here.
Okay.
So I produce 2 oil. And then 2 wood here.
2 wood here and 1 wood there.
1 wood there.
The mill's pretty good. I feel like I usually don't take good enough advantage of it.
I think it's good, yeah, to play a little bit early, but you know, there's so many things you want to do all the time.
Yeah.
It's hard to...
My favorite board games, all of the board games that I really like, are games where you're gonna get to do like 20 things over the course of the game, but there's 40 things that you really need to get done.
I could technically produce here.
Yeah.
But I'm not even gonna bother.
You elect not to.
Well, maybe I just should. It would cost you popularity.
It wouldn't. Scaring a guy off a tile is not a cost. It's an effect. Is the thing that happens. So I could walk him back over there right now and not lose anything because I'm already at 0 popularity.
But you would also have to walk a guy over here.
That's true.
I think I am going to produce there.
You may calculate that I don't care enough to go steal that 1 wood from
Actually,
you.
no, I'm about to spend it, so I'm going to produce there.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So now I'm going to spend 3 wood to build.
Okay.
So 1. And then this 1, 2, 3.
Alright.
Just throw it over here. And I gain a popularity.
As do I, thank God.
You should stop squandering it. Okay. Then I am going to put down my monument.
Right here where you just move some guys to?
Here.
Yep, that makes sense. It's a good one.
And I gain 3 money. No, 2 money. And then I'm done.
Okay. I'm going to play Bolster, to the surprise of nobody. So I pay the money. I get 3 power. And we back over the maximum threshold. And then I spend 2 wood to build my own monument, I think. Right here.
Okay.
And I get 3 money for doing it.
I get stuff too.
And we both get a popularity. You actually are going to finish in the middle tier.
I hope so.
That's not great for me. That's a lot of points. The point differential from tier to tier tends to be pretty significant. Alright, go ahead.
Okay, I'm going to move. Let's see, what first? I'm going to take the underground tunnel. Go here. I'm going to resolve that before I do anything else so I don't forget.
Okay. Well, actually, you gotta commit the rest of your moves though, because the information on the card might.
Okay, I won't look at the card. Okay, what's next? I'm also going to move.
Well, he's just trying to convince me that it's okay for her to cheat.
Yep. I'm moving the monument because I'm going to select all these.
Yep.
And we're going to river walk over here.
Okay.
Move the monument back. Just makes it a little bit easier. And then this guy doesn't really want to be here anymore, I don't think. I don't feel safe. So I'm going to move my armory slightly out of the way. Pick all this up. We're going to go... Oh, I also picked up my mill. We're going to go here. And then here.
Okay. That's prudent.
Or maybe
fleeing.
here. No, we're gonna go here instead. I don't want to be in the tunnel. You know?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna move out too.
It's really easy to jump somebody who's in the tunnel.
Yeah. Okay, let's look at the card.
Ooh.
So, looks like there's a fun festival. Something good's actually happening, and there's a cranky-looking cat. So, I can enjoy an afternoon festival with the commoners, gain 2 money and 1 pop. Enter a battle of wits and lose on purpose. Pay 2 money to gain 2 power and 2 pop.
It's true, there's nothing that people like a stupid leader.
Or I can drink too much and raid the storehouse. Pay 3 popularity to gain any 5 resources.
That one's interesting. How much do you reckon 3 popularity is worth?
Seems to me like a lot.
It's hard to like peg a value to it because of how stepwise the function of its value is. 3 popularity is a lot though.
So I think I'm going to do the first 2. So gain 2 money and 1 pop. So and then I'm going to spend that 2 money to gain 2 power and 2 pop. So I'm going to get.
So you get 2 power, 3 popularity.
Yep.
I got your power.
Okay.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
I'm happy with that.
The game's not that close to over. It's like not impossible that you might end up in the top popularity tier. That would be real bad.
That would be really good for me. Okay, now I'm going to upgrade. So we each get a power, I
Okay.
believe.
Yep.
And pay 2 oil. Oil goes over here. And I am going to upgrade, let's see. Do that. I think. Hold on. Yeah, I think I'll do that. That's good.
Okay.
And I get 1 money. And that's my turn.
I should be cameramanning here a little bit. I'm not even looking at your board.
I'm going to exchange 3 ones for a 3-piece.
Okay. I'm not even looking at your board because I'm trying so hard to figure out what is a sensible action for me to undertake in this situation.
Well, now you have time to figure it out.
I think what I want to do here is trade, maybe? Move has lost a little bit of its luster. And I don't actually, I could take my factory action and establish another building that way. Can I get to... I have my Riverwalk mech now, so I can walk out to Forest. What's my types? Forest Mountain? So I can't get to another encounter token. But I can get close to one.
What do you think?
I think I need to get some buildings on the table. I need some of these objective points. And I also don't... I think I have to, end the game pretty fast, or you're gonna win.
And I gave you 4 wood, so just do it.
No, I think I'm gonna trade.
Okay.
Yeah. Right? Yeah. Sure. Trade. Let's get 2 more wood.
Okay. That was loud.
Put them over here. I forgot I even had a grain over here. And then I'm going to spend the 4 metal that my hero's been carrying around to play my last mech. The artillery mech, which is a combat mech. So I'm gonna put him in the extremely heavy square. You know where he is. Yeah. I also get a money. Before combat, I may pay 1 power to make my opponent lose 2 power. And we both get a money from our enlist bonuses.
Yep.
Alright. And that's mech number 4.
Good job.
Go ahead.
Oh, yeah. Okay. What did I do here? 2. I have 2 things I'm thinking about doing.
Okay. Yeah, I'm pretty concerned here. I'm looking at the actions I have to take in order to get to a victory, and I'm concerned that you have won the game already.
I don't know. Sometimes there's surprises, right? I'm going to produce.
Okay.
So I produce.
So you've kept your... This is an interesting strategy thing. You've kept your number of workers low the whole game, so that your producers have been pretty cheap.
And this is something I don't normally do.
I have paid... I'll get your power. I've paid, 6 popularity or something over the course of the game.
Yeah.
Producing. Some very large number. I'm never sure if it's right to go, super deep on workers, or, I know it's not always the same. It's situational, and there's a lot of factors that go into it. But I'm never sure what the right thing to do is.
I often build my workers very quickly to get more resources through the production, but then the production costs more.
Yeah.
So this is a little bit of a different strategy for me, but we'll see. Okay, so I produced on those 2. And...
Hey, sweet. Could you speak up a little bit?
Yep, sorry. And now I'm going to build.
Okay.
So I just got my worker star.
Ah, yes, that's true.
And I'm about to get my building star. I believe. Yep. Okay. So I'm going to spend 3 wood. 1, 2, 3.
Okay. We'll both gain a popularity from this.
Yep. Build my mine here. It's not the most optimal place, but that's okay. I'm okay with that. So I also get star there. And when I build, I gain 2 money. And then that will be that turn.
Okay. Alright, I got a bolster, I think. I think I have to bolster. Okay, so let's pay money, get 3 power, and a popularity, hey. And then pay 2 of this, the rest of my ill-gotten wood to build on the only other place I can currently build. I don't even know what I want to put over here. I'm going to put down my armory, I guess. So we didn't actually talk about the last building, the mine. What the mine does is the space with the mine on it is adjacent to all of the tunnels.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So that sometimes matters. That has come up. I often build it too late for it to be meaningful. Alright, I'm going to gain 3 popularity, and we are both going to gain a point of... I'm going to gain 3 coins, or we're both going to gain a point of popularity. Were you on 9 or 10? You put yourself down sort of right here. I think you were on 10.
Okay, whatever. I'm actually not sure. Sorry.
This is part of the danger of the physical components that you, the pseudo physical components that you move around, is that they don't always automatically snap to stuff. All right, go ahead. I'm gonna change a little bit of my money while you're going here.
Okay.
3 singles becomes a 3.
Thing is, I'm trying to decide if I can do a certain thing here.
You can't. It's all over.
What?
Hang your head in shame and despair. Do it immediately. Right, just put him on here. Yeah, there we go. Now that's terrifying.
So you can't river walk over lakes, correct?
Are you asking me if a lake is a river?
I was hoping that was the case.
It is not. It is not. No.
It's worth a shot. Okay. I am going to trade.
Okay.
I'm going to trade for 2 pop. Gotta pay money first. 1, 2. And then I also get a power because of my armory.
Yep.
Okay. And then I'm going to deploy.
Oh wow, you still have max.
Do.
Okay.
It is my submerged mech. He allows me to move to and from lakes and from any lake to another.
Yep. All lakes are adjacent for Polonia.
And then I also get my money. I think you also get a money.
Yes, I already got mine.
Okay, and then that's my turn.
So I need to find a way to get 3 stars. I don't think I have 3 stars in me. I think this is a bad place.
You have 3 stars in you.
This is a bad place to be. I'm upset. I'm so close to being able to finish the game up a popularity tier that I wonder if I almost wonder if it's worth it to just play trade and get to 2 popularity. That's probably wrong. I need to have, at some point in the game, moved.
Okay.
The problem is that my all of my plans now rely on time travel. I don't have any good plays that don't involve time travel.
Well, you need to develop time travel.
Yeah, that's rough. That's a rough place to be.
Yeah.
I can't really talk to you in great detail about what's going on over here, but the problem is I have put myself in a position where I need to do 3 things in the next 2 turns. I need to take 6 actions in the next 2 turns, and you can't do that. That's not how the game works.
It's not gonna work.
I guess I think I have to take move. As much as I don't love the fact that I'm gonna do a thing that doesn't give me a bottom row action, I think I have to move this turn. So this mech is gonna take a bunch of these dudes with him and go over to here. Like, at least 2 dudes.
My bear is sweet.
Your bear is not sweet.
What? You said he was before.
I know I lied.
Oh, got my feelings. Ow.
Oh,
my feelings.
That's right in them.
Right in the feelings.
I'm looking at this building objective, trying to figure out where I need to build in the next turn to make some points. The problem is I have all my workers grouped up on the 2 spaces that already have buildings on them. And I'd love to use my factory action to make a thing and also move a guy into position to make the next thing, but the build is before the move. So I think I'm screwed. So my mech is going to go 1, 2... Is that right? That feels bad. It feels like I'm in trouble.
It does feel bad.
Okay. And then my hero's going to go 1, 2. And then this mech is going to stay put. I'm in a bad place, man.
Me too now.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the point. I need to spread my dudes out.
Okay. Do it.
You're just okay. Maybe, because I'm concerned that the end of the game is coming. There we go.
Okay.
That expands the number of spaces I control by 1. The thing is, I don't really want to move this mech. He's doing an important job. Yeah, okay. This is bad. Let's fight, police.
Okay.
Let's rumble. Alright, so we both have a ton of power. Oh dear.
What?
Uh-oh. No, everything's fine.
Break something?
No, everything's fine. How do I... There's a way to make the cards just go under the combat tile. Sometimes they want to do it and sometimes they don't.
Oh.
Okay, well that's not... Whatever, it's fine. I'm good. I'm in. I'm set.
Yeah?
Yeah. Wait, no, I'm not. Hold on, I lied. I did this specifically so that I wouldn't have to spend 7 power. Because you can generate a maximum of 12 here. 7 plus the 5. So I spend that. Okay. Alright. We're good. Let's do it.
Ready?
Yeah. Let's rumble.
What you got?
So my cards wouldn't lay down right, but it's...
So you got 9.
I have 12.
12. I have 2.
Okay.
I think you win.
I thought you might have done that, but I had to be careful. Alright, so I spent 6 power. But you go home, I get combat star. I don't know, man. You got this game, I think.
I don't know. I'm not sure I do.
Go ahead. My concern is that I can't catch you. You're 2 popularity tiers ahead of me. It's a lot of points.
Yeah. I am...
And I managed to screw everything up so that I can't, like... I was 1 resource away from making it to 6 stars over the next couple of turns in several different ways.
Well, see, I was going to move my guy if he was still there to get this encounter token.
Yes, I'm not interested in you doing that.
So now I need to figure out what my plan is. Change my plan slightly.
Yeah. This is the most combat I think we've ever had in a 2-player game.
Probably, yeah.
Two fights before the final turn? It's madness.
And you've done a good job of making it so it's hard for me to fight you, because I don't want to lose a bunch of pop by fighting you here. And then there's 2 guys here and 2 guys here.
Yeah. Listen, who cares about what the workers think? Go get them. Go get them, Elise.
I don't know about that. I think I am actually going to... I don't know. I'm going to trade.
Trade?
No.
Trade?
Yeah, I'm going to trade.
You have so many combat cards.
I do. Trading 1 money.
Yep.
2 pop.
Okay.
Just in case.
Are you going to try to get the popularity star?
I was thinking about it.
Have we ever seen that?
Yes, we saw it once. And I also get a power.
Okay.
And then I am going to deploy my last mech.
Alright.
We each get a money.
Each get a money.
I spend 2 metal. I get my money back. Camaraderie. No, he fell over. And that is another star.
Yep. And just so everybody's aware, the mech that she just picked up makes it so that she does not lose popularity when forcing opponents' workers to retreat after combat.
Yep.
Just in case anyone was unclear about what she was planning to do.
Alright, that's the end of my turn.
Okay, well, I'm dead. I'm gonna play Bolster. Gain 3 power.
Okay.
And then pay the 2 wood that I got recently to build. I guess it doesn't really matter which one. I guess I'll build the mine, or the mill, so that I'm not building my mine on top of a tunnel space, which feels pretty bad. And that will give me 2 popularity. Taking me to 7.
Ooh, next tier.
And another 3 money. So I get a popularity from the bolster and a popularity from the build. You also get a popularity from the build, right?
Yep.
I don't think that one matters.
It's okay. It makes me feel better.
I considered just bailing with all my dudes, like... I don't know, man. I considered running.
Yeah.
Right? Because I could have played my factory action, still gotten my building, and also gotten to move. And I could have had the mech pick up all the workers and just bail.
Mm-hmm.
I did this because this gets me a building... Actually, No, I did this because it makes the popularity. The difference in popularity tiers is often on the order of like 15 points, and I don't think that running away generates that many points. But I'm nervous. It was a popularity tier and 3 money on top of it.
Yeah.
It feels like a lot of points. Go ahead. End it.
Okay, I'm gonna move.
Yep.
You sound very tense.
I think you won. I know you get to end the game this turn and there's nothing I can do about it, and I think you won.
How am I going to do this?
Oh, this is a good turn for you. You're gonna get a lot of points.
If I do it right.
If you do it right. I mean, you're gonna get a lot of points. I'm gonna go look something up in the rulebook. Hey everybody, how fascinating does this sound? Let's find a thing in the rulebook. Because there's actually a question that I have that is going to affect how many points I get. So we need to find this. How exactly does this ability work? Because not only does it let me do this thing, but also wait, this doesn't have any text in it about the thing I want at all. Hey, Elise, what you doing? You gotta fill in. I'm reading.
Oh, sorry. I'm what? They're not gonna see what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I'm trying to spread. So I'm moving 2 guys over to fight his 2 mechs. Move them over, and then also I was trying to spread out a little bit to get more hexes. So I took the mech that was here on this village with 1 worker, and he went here. He dropped off his worker, and he came here.
Okay.
So I'm expanding control, and then so these 2 guys came over here to fight these guys.
This is interesting. This is not what I was expecting.
It's probably not the right move, is my guess, but I guess I could have went here and lost a whole bunch of popularity, or I could have went. I don't know. This is what I decided to do, so I'm gonna roll with it.
Yeah, so this is a very common play on the final turn. You take a move action and you have your guys drive around like trucks and just drop workers off because every extra tile you can take over. So yeah, my question now that you're locked in here, I thought the whole reason you called attention to the fact that you built your camaraderie mech and everything.
Oh, I totally forgot.
I thought that the point was that you could attack this without losing popularity.
You're right, but you know what? I totally forgot right after.
Okay, that is going to affect the final score. We'll see how much. It might not matter. I think you are really ahead of me. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and commit some cards. If she was paying attention, she just saw what they were because I didn't turn them face down.
I'm looking at mine.
I can't get them to unstack. There we go. And I mean, let's do this. All right, I'm ready. You ready?
I'm ready.
Bam. I played a 2 and a 2. What's up?
4, 4, and I spent 7.
Okay, that's a lot.
I get my combat star. Ends the game.
It does end the game. The game ends immediately at the end of combat. Okay, so these guys move to here because part of Seaworthy is that I can retreat onto adjacent lakes. So ordinarily, with most factions, you don't get points. When you lose a combat, your guys go back to your home base. And you don't get points for having guys controlling your home base. So against most factions, that move Elise did would have cost them a point of territory control. It won't cost me that. But I don't think it matters. I think you really have me. So let's figure out the scores. Let's do mine first. Because I think I lost, and that means there's more
I'm
suspense.
going to let you count mine.
Okay.
Because then you'll have vision.
Yeah.
And also, we keep track of scores, so I'm actually...
Stop. No. Let's just count them up here.
Alright.
So, I have 12, 15, 16, 17 points of money.
You want me to write this down?
Yeah, could you? We could use the chat for this, I guess.
Well, I'm also going to write it down.
Yeah, you write it down because I'm having trouble with the chat.
How much money?
17 money.
Okay.
Then we go over to the popularity chart here. I'm in this popularity tier, so each one of my stars is worth 4 points. I have an additional 16 points of stars.
Okay.
Each hex I control is worth 3 points. Let's see, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's real sad. I have 6 hexes for another 18 points. And finally, pairs of resource tokens I control are worth 2 points. So I have 1 pair here, and over here I have some more.
Did you do your objective points?
2, 3, 4, 5 more pairs of resources. So that's another 10 points. And then also this thing. So my buildings are adjacent to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 encounter spaces, which is just short of being worth a whole lot of points. So that's another 6 points for me, meaning that my score is 33, 51, 67.
Ooh.
Is that what you got?
I can't math at all.
Well, hold on. I might be wrong. What did you get?
You have $17 worth of money.
Yeah.
So I did, what, 6 and 6 is 22?
Sure.
Or 12. So 16 plus 6 is 22.
16 plus 6 is 22.
22.
Plus the 18 is 40. Plus the 10 is 50. Plus the 17 is 67.
Alright, I missed something. I'm just going to trust you.
67. Alright. And then your score, which I think is real good.
Okay, let's start with money.
Yeah. So you have 13 points of money.
13. Yep.
It's pretty good.
Stars.
You have 6 stars, and each of them are worth 5 points.
That's 30.
That's 30.
Hexagons.
Hexes. You control 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hexes by my count. Is that right? 9. Yeah, I missed one.
How much are they worth?
So those are worth 4 points each. So that's another 36. At least you scored this is real good.
I'm glad we're recording it.
And then you have 1 pair of resources, it looks like. You have 3. So that's another 3 points. And then for building objective, I haven't been keeping track. What do you have? 1, 2, 3. Is it 3?
It might not. It's not very many. I know that.
Yeah, the monument's adjacent to these 2. The mine's adjacent to that one. This thing is 1, 2, 3. No, it's 4. The mill's adjacent to this. And 4 is worth 6 points. That's actually, you got the same number of points on that I did.
Okay.
So you have 66, 79, 80, 88.
I got 88. Actually, math. Woo!
Yeah, 88. That's a good score, man.
Thanks.
Congratulations. Everybody congratulate Elise in the comments.
Thank you.
She totally kicked my ass.
Thank you.
In my defense, white is very good. I think Polania is a very strong faction. That's it. That's all my defense. That's all I got.
Whatever.
I used to think that Nordic was pretty bad, but after playing with them a bunch of times, I really think that the versatility that you have at the beginning of the game, from being able to swim your workers all over the place, is really nice. They're the only faction that has easy access to all 5 of the resource types right away, and I think that actually, it ends up being really good.
Yeah, I think you've gotten better with them. You know, you weren't that good with them, and you forced yourself to learn, and
Yeah, I've gotten better enough to lose in an embarrassing way in front of everybody. Hi, audience.
And
So,
I
like,
win.
out of curiosity, though, what was my... I have 4 stars and 6 hexes and 5 pairs of resources? So that was... Yeah, moving up a popularity tier was worth 15 points. I don't think I had another action available on that turn. Because I paid a coin, gained 15 points from popularity, and then also gained 3 coins. But I lost a pair of resources.
Yeah.
So I guess, yeah, it's worth 15 points.
Yeah, that was good.
I think that's right.
Yeah. So you got anything else you want to say?
No, that was it. The video's a little bit long, but, like, this game is awesome. And I'm talking about Scythe, but also Tabletop Simulator. And Tabletop Simulator plus Scythe, again, less than $15 right now. And I think $15 is a really good price just for computer Scythe. Like,
yeah,
just to be able to play Scythe on a computer. And then Tabletop Simulator can do all this other stuff. Why don't we, you know what? I'm gonna load us up another thing. Like, look at all this cool stuff. They have lots of preloaded packs for, like, the basic poker and chess and stuff. But you also can create almost any kind of tokens. I downloaded some stuff from the workshop. Let's see if this will load.
What?
That is a bottle of Harvest Valley Runch.
Runch. Can I open it?
You want to runch it up?
Yeah.
Throw this on the... Yeah, bounce it off the table.
Runch it up.
So you can play Harvest Valley Runch. That's pretty cool. There's Go. There's RPG. Elise, you remember that classic game, RPG?
I love RPG.
Oh, Tabletop Simulator doesn't. This is...
I'm trying to flick everything around and I can't.
Oh, it loaded on your screen. I'm stuck on the thing here.
Yeah, my computer's superior.
That's true. Okay, here we go.
Barrels!
Check it out, RPG. Barrels. I guess you could play D&D on this. I think that this is a very cumbersome way to do that thing. But honestly, a lot of the ways that I liked to do it in the past have disappeared.
Yep. R.I.P.
R.I.P. Google Wave, which was like the perfect thing for playing.
It was really great.
D&D online.
So you can do this. You can flick pieces around. It's very satisfying.
Check out non-licensed Beholder. He's got wings, and his eye stalks go the wrong way.
He's very sleepy.
His eye stalks all point backwards for some reason. I mean, I guess that's useful. I'm saying for some reason. But honestly, how much do you need 9 additional eyes that look forward?
No, they're better to have behind you.
Yeah, that actually makes a lot of sense. Look, they got little canned attack animations. Get him, Goblin. Oh, he's suffering. He took a... He's dead now.
Get out of here, tree man.
Yeah, so that's our video of Scythe and Tabletop Simulator. I think this is worthwhile. I'm sorry, guys, that I didn't get this up earlier so that people could know about what a good deal it is, because I didn't know either.
No.
Again, I'd like to reiterate, I thought Tabletop Simulator was a dumb idea when I first heard about it. And about 2 turns into our first game of Scythe, I said, wait a second, this doesn't suck.
This is good.
Instead, it rocks.
Yep.
This is like a real way to do this thing. Yeah, they have lots of games available. Some of these games are really good. I've heard a lot of good things about Viticulture. I've never played it, but...
I've played Bluckus before.
Yeah, Bluckus is good. Well, that's a workshop mod. There's also lots of licensed stuff that they're definitely not allowed to have on the workshop, but until the companies that own them actually contact... you know? Yeah. Also, probably Harvest Valley is going to have some words.
Harvest Valley with their runch.
All right. That's going to be it. We're getting out of here. Say goodbye, Elise.
Bye, Elise. Sorry.
Yeah, I guess I
Bye,
asked
guys.
for that.
Sorry.
See you next time, everybody.